because his ideas and his beliefs differed from somebody else. That he's dead at the age of 31. That his wife is a widow. That his children are fatherless. Because his ideas and his beliefs differed from somebody else.
You know, there are a lot of people that are fatherless. And there are a lot of people that are widowed. Because somebody was walking down the street and somebody got pissed off. Because somebody had on the chain somebody wanted. I'm just saying. I mean, when we have these conversations and people doing all this, they're only doing it because it's Charlie, man. Dog. A month ago, I saw a brother get unalived on a live stream. He hadn't put out a bunch of content calling black people names, or white people, or Jews, or anybody. Native Americans, LGBTQ, nothing. He wasn't degrading people, nothing. You know what he was doing? He was sitting in his car, broad daylight, shooting a video. And it's all on the live stream. And somebody came up to the door. He was like, hey, what's up, man? Yo, you know, man, I'm tired of this, man. We got things we got to, what? And somebody comes up to the window and sticks a gun in his face, drives him out the car, and they shoot him and kill him. They robbed him, killed him after they robbed him, then proceeded to pose like they was his friends, and then went through his car for the rest of his stuff. All on tape. But see, he didn't have a chapter of 3,500 organizations that helped Donald Trump get elected. He wasn't powerful as Charlie Kirk was. Folks, I want you to understand, Charlie Kirk's organizations, his reach was very powerful. He was in a very powerful position. I want you to understand that. And in some ways, he may have been an idealist. He may have had some lofty ideas about people and things and what he could do, and actually making this movement help the people. And there may have been some of that in there as well. Lord help us if we got to look at this with a little nuance. But what I'm saying is, Stephen A. Smith goes on and on in his video about the loss of life. And I get that. I see lots of loss of life. That's what I cover. I've been covering that for years, over a decade. So it's not a new thing. But listen to the way Stephen's talking.
Apparently. And then I'm going online and I'm seeing people celebrating it. Shame. Shame on you. I have a job to do.
He said shame on you. You know, if you didn't like a person, Stephen A is full of all types of, he needs a colon cleanse. Real talk. I can see it. I can smell it by the things that are coming out of his mouth, man. Look, if Charlie Kirk was not Charlie Kirk and he was just a guy spouting off a bunch of stuff that was considered offensive to people, and if he had a built-up brand on doing that, and if something happened with him, if he was a no-name guy, Stephen A wouldn't give a shit about that. Neither would 95% of these people. You know who covers people getting unalived? Who cares about that? People like me who cover it. Stephen A would not be covering somebody getting unalived unless they were famous. He doesn't cover like regular Americans getting unalived. If you can't get mileage out of it as a sportscaster, newscaster, whatever political, whatever he's doing now, if he can't get mileage out of it, he won't cover it. He's only talking about this because it benefits him. And what's he doing? Chastising people that have been paying attention to Charlie Kirk long enough to remember or to know all the vile shit he said about black people. Stephen A doesn't care about what he said about black people, just like he didn't care what Candace Owens said about black people. He didn't care. He talked to her 2 times and never once brought it up. But then whenever he gets an opportunity, I fight for black people, man. I fight for them, and I stand up for them. Look what I did for Shannon Sharp. I fought for Shannon Sharp. Look what I did. Yeah, until it got a little bit inconvenient, and you ran your ass down the street. I'm not knocking you for it, but let's stop talking like you're a Cape Crusader for Black America, because you are not. I'm not saying that Charlie Kirk, people can't like him or support him. But what I'm saying is, don't tell other people how to feel about a guy. Don't tell other people, don't try to rewrite history for everyone else. I take him out of context. I didn't misclip him. I didn't try to twist his words. The mofo said black people can't get jobs on their own. Now, that may not be offensive to Stephen A., but it's offensive to me because I'm a black person and I have black kids and a black wife and a black family. I find that a lowball thing to say. To act as if my wife can't be qualified for something just because she black? Because she a black woman, that means she don't have the brain processing power to compete with white women or white men or anyone? I think any black person that dismiss that doesn't mean you call for someone's death. But if anybody dismissed that like that's nothing, like that's not a reason not, man, we dislike people because they shoes. We dislike people because of the music they playing too loud. We dislike each other over the pettiest things. Anybody ever met a vegan and was like, oh, well, we want to order a pizza. Can we get extra meat on that? Well, we can't because we got vegans here. Oh, not another vegan. Why you even come out the house if you're vegetarian? Stay in the house. Don't come to potluck Sunday. Don't come to pizza Wednesday at the job. We hate people for all types of things. Of course you can hate somebody. Maybe not hate, but you can definitely detest someone for making vile comments about your wife, vile comments about your kids. And don't tell me, he was trying to help black people when he said the problem with black America is they be having kids outside of wedlock and the father's on in the house. You know what, man? I can punch up 10 white people from the right and they all have that button. Black people need to stick with their family. Black people need to raise their kids. Black people here. All of it is to avoid how we got here. How we get to this situation? To avoid talking about the money. Whenever I got a black person going, but he's got a point, it just makes my head hurt. It's just a talking point to move you away from all the generations of black people that were not allowed to build wealth in this country. Do you realize when we got free, black people spent 30 years building up their communities, putting money in the bank. And you know what they did? Do you know what they did? Do you know what they did? They took our money out the bank. You thought mom would just put money under the bed, under the mattress because she was superstitious. No, they took our money and gambled and played Wall Street with it, lost it all, and didn't give us none of it back. They said, oh, sorry, Negro, your money's gone. And when you came asking for it, they said, what money? Oh, we lost your money, sorry. Good luck to you. Walk in the street, not on the sidewalk. That's for whites. You want to cry? Go cry in a crime barrel. We don't want to hear you crying, bringing down the good white feelings running around this town. So whenever they bring up shit about black people, the condition of black people now, they don't want to talk about how that happened. It's all a deflection and a distraction, right? So when you agree with that, you go, oh, well, he's got a point. Yeah, okay, what's the point about why black businesses got destroyed? Those businesses, if they were able to build wealth, they would have passed them down to you and your kids. That wealth would have been passed down and passed down and passed down. They would have had a fighting chance. We started with nothing. There wasn't any Section 8. There was nothing to start on. And we built it up. And what they do, they took it. They fucking took it. And I got you guys kissing ass to people who have neutered and doctored and did a surgical erasure of our histories. Surgically removed all parts that made them look bad. And I got you going along with it because they say a couple of things. Well, if you stop having children out of wedlock and babies being aborted, yeah, all of them say that. Then when the child is here, we say, hey, we need some food stamps because You did the war on drugs, which was really was a war on black people that got the fathers locked up, which gave them a record. Now they don't qualify for any social safety net programs. So all that's really left to do is go back to crime because it's hard to get a job because they're competing against migrants who you bring into the country to work for less. And at the end of the day, we end up in this cycle. And we got schools that are underfunded, living in the inner city, which you designed and cordoned off into these areas and made it harder for people to find. And you say, don't sell them homes in these neighborhoods and then let's not put resources into these areas. And if you do, oh, well, you're through. And that's how we did the green lighting and the red lighting. And at the end of the day, this is where we end up. And all that's important. But you leave all those things out and so many other things I'm not even going to go into because this gets long-winded. But at the end of the day, we end up where we are. And we got somebody like Charlie Kirk that pops out of his mother's uterus 30 years ago in an affluent white family and says, I know what's wrong with black people. They're having kids. And they're not taking care of their kids. And if fathers are not there, not even saying how black people are over-policed, harassed by police, and jailed at a level, and even when we convicted of the same crimes, we get more time. You're not adding any of the sauce in it at all. And I got people that say they mean well. People that say they mean well. Who I believe do mean well. Who just don't know shit. Even tagging me to tell me, but he was such a great, and what? And to saying all that is still not his fault. He didn't create America. He didn't create this media. He didn't create the system. He didn't create the way things are. He didn't create the path to money. He didn't create the paths, the talking points. He's just repeating what has been said by winners in this category. The things you say, it's a script. You say these things, you win. You say these things, you don't win. You're remembered by a small group of people that appreciate you more, but you don't win. Not this way.
When I'm on Mad Dog Sports Radio to talk sports, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. But make no mistake about it. When I say that I'm a conscientious observer, that I'm an American citizen, that I'm just somebody who cares, and I'm somebody who believes in and tries to promote the importance of having a core decency attached to every one of us as human beings, I mean it. I mean it.
So he's supposed to be Gandhi,
Props to the New York Yankees organization.
Look, this guy's Gandhi, huh? That's why he does what he does, because he's promoting a core decency of everyone. That's his purpose. I thought your purpose was to make money and make money for your bosses. I thought he said, didn't he famously say, this guy famously says he gets up every morning and tries to come up with ways to make his bosses more money. That's what he said. He wasn't talking out of this, I am a core decency of people, and I'm here to make the people feel this, and I'm here to uplift people, and I'm here to run the core, and I want to bring it. No, this is very new. Because this mofo was saying he was a super duper capitalist, and his whole purpose was to get up every day, to go to work and make as much money as humanly possible for his white boss and white organization. And if he got to throw a couple brothers in under the bus for smoking weed, so what? That was Stephen A. Smith up until 18 months ago when some dumb dipshit liberal said, hey, Stephen A. could be a politician. That's what he could do. He could be a politician.
Last night for having a moment of silence. If you're a left winger instead of a right winger, you might not have liked that. You're missing the point. This man was shot and killed from 200 yards away.
Does it matter the distance that someone is shot and killed? Hey, man, I hate to be a jackass, but I don't think it matters what distance it is. He's saying it like that makes it different. From 200 miles away, because, you know, as he was saying, 200 yards away or whatever, I think it dawned on him that people get shot every day, B. Yeah, he said it, and then he thought about it. See, I pay attention to these things. It's like he said it, then he thought about what he was saying.
You're missing the point. This man was shot and killed from 200 yards away.
Yeah, a woman was burnt in the subway from a foot away. There was no Yankees sign up. They burnt her alive, son. Son, this is from New York. She is from New York. They burnt her alive in the subway. And I need everyone to pay. She was a white woman. They burnt her alive in the subway. And there was no New York Yankees remembering the woman burnt in the subway. I mean, I just thought I'd throw that out there. Since you're promoting decency, Stephen A., as you were, sir. Didn't want to interrupt, but sure you got a point to all this shucking and jiving you doing in order to ingratiate yourself to the successor, whoever that will be, of the Charlie Kirk empire.
In front of his wife and children and thousands of onlookers who had come to see him, Mr. Charlie Kirk, who had been going from campus to campus, simply debating his ideas.
You know, everything he's saying does not mean somebody can't get shot. I'm sorry, it just doesn't. And he was talking in front of people, and people saw it. And he's doing this like he was preaching, like he was Jesus. This guy's talking like he was Jesus. And this is why people get mad, son. People get mad because people have lost sons and daughters and wives and husbands and whole families. And this mofo is sitting up here talking like it's bad. It's always bad when anybody gets murdered, man. Nobody. It's bad when people get offed. It's not a good thing. I agree with that part. But what I'm saying, when you take it to the extreme, like, and he was talking to college campuses, and he was trying, like he was doing the Lord's work. Nigga, he works for a party, basically for MAGA, helping Trump in his campaign. What's like he was feeding the hungry people by doing this? It's a politically motivated thing he's doing. Not too different than Act Blue. And if something, I'm saying, like, I don't want to get, but come on, man. Politics is politics is politics. Do you think this would have happened if he wasn't political? If he was just talking about sports? You think this would have happened if he was just talking about his favorite rapper? What's best fashion designs? I don't think so. If they should have traded LeBron? No. This is politics. Man, what is going on, man? I don't even think I got the energy for more Stephen A.
It's against those who might differ from him. That's all. And his life was taken.
His life was taken. It was.
He's gone.
He is gone.
At 31.
At 31. Yeah.
Just because he expressed thoughts.
That's all he did is express thoughts. You know, man, let's not downplay. Let's not downplay what people be doing now. Let's not do it. Now, if you want to come at, you people been coming at, Stephen A. been coming at the lefties who are like using certain words. They say it's dangerous the way the left be talking about people, calling people fascists. Charlie Kirk said things too. He said things about black people that were bad, negative, that were, people could consider that shit to be not only insulting, but damaging to black people if other people believed it. So Stephen A. he's not a fan of liberals saying certain things about conservatives, but he didn't have a problem with Candace Owens and Charlie Kirk saying bad things about Black Americans. And for some reason, his big head has amnesia now. We both got big heads. But for some reason, I can't figure it out. Stephen A. Smith does not recall all the negative things that Charlie Kirk said about Black Americans. He just was out doing Lord's work. He was out preaching the gospel. And he just had a different opinion when he said Black women are morons. When he said Ketanji Brown Jackson wasn't qualified and she only got hired because she is a Black woman. As if she didn't have to have a law degree. As if she didn't have to have any experience. No, to qualify, she had to reach certain criteria to be in the list of people that could be. And then she was chosen. They didn't go pick somebody working at Home Depot. You twisted it all. You're discombobulating the whole thing, and you're just malforming it into this negative thing to suit your needs and building this weird, disgusting ashtray thing that's misshapen idea. Nah. That's not what it is. Anyway. I gotta wonder sometimes, man, what people are thinking about when they get to the Stephen A. Smiths and they get to this. It's just like what they do. Folks, you gotta let me know what you think about this. Put it in the comment section below. Does it make any sense what Stephen A. is doing? He's not the only one. There's many, many others that are, and I feel that they're all trying to get ahead. There's a vacuum that's gonna be left behind by Charlie Kirk. I don't wanna understate that. There's a vacuum being left behind by the absence of Charlie Kirk. You're going to see a lot of infighting, a lot of headbutting, trying to get into that space, trying to be the next Charlie Kirk. That's what's going to happen. It's already happening. The moment he was pronounced, the race began. Make no mistake about it. That's what's going down. So everybody's cozying up, sliding on in, trying to pivot. I don't know who's going to be successful. My money's not on Stephen A. It's not going to be Stephen A. It's not going to be Jason Whitlock. They out. Hell, I saw Byron Donalds even getting into the action. It's going to be somebody a little lighter skinned. But we'll see what's going to happen, Johnson. And I don't think it'll be Candace Owens. She's trying. Now, she's got the same problem Charlie did. Lately, she's been on a tear about certain things, and I don't think that's going to work for her.
The Tim Black Show streams Sundays, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wolfpack.